What's up, everybody? This is Pan. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, now I'm going to give you a heads up. My Samsung S90C 77-inch has arrived earlier today. It was set up by GeeksQuad from Best Buy. I paid the additional money for them to deliver and install the television, so I did not record or take photos of any of the installation process because they literally did it in less than 5 minutes. And also, I think it would just be more important me going over the review process and shooting the content how I intended from the get-go. So this is the remote. Basic remote. Doesn't win anything in terms of design. Did read somewhere that it's like solar panel, but you can also charge it here as well. So just in case this option doesn't work, you can charge it right down here at the bottom, which is cool. That's fine with me. It came with like 80% battery, things like that. So that's the home. It has Netflix, some Samsung TV Plus, Disney Plus, and Prime Video. I won't be using those. I'll be using an external device. Volume, up and down toggle, home, back, settings, power, microphone if you want to speak, and that's about it. It's pretty bare bones. It is like sort of small. I mean, it can fit your hand, but all in all, definitely didn't purchase this television to solely use the remote. One of the issues currently is that when I look through the Sofa Baton database for IR, the S90C isn't listed at all. So after this video, I will be contacting them to see if they can add those IR-based codes. Other than that, the remote does its job. It can get you from point A to point B. That's it. Cheap, feels cheap, but it gets the job done. So hey, what can you say, right? All right, so we'll be jumping into it. This is Samsung's Tizen operating system. So if you have like the Sony, you may see Android or Google operating system. LG is WebOS. Samsung is Tizen. So as you can see, I do have some sources already connected. And what I like about it, I have this television completely offline, and I will be getting into that in a moment. But it automatically detected things like the Xbox Series X or S, which I have an X, and the PlayStation 5. And it also has my Nakamichi clearly labeled as well. So this is offline, can't access any of the apps. This don't make sense. I have an external device. Currently, I'm running a NVIDIA Shield Pro 2019 and Apple TV 4K 3rd Gen. But I have noticed that the Apple TV has been requested more on the channel versus the Shield. So the content might shift towards that. And then if it comes down to me eventually connecting both and running that, I'll do that as well. So that's the media, connected devices. This is for live TV. That's the PlayStation 5. I like those icons because it indicates that they're currently off, things like that. And it did shift back to my Apple TV background. Now for the external device with Nakamichi, it doesn't, as far as I'm aware, this is my initial impressions of it and just what I'm discovering. It has the ability to add an AnyNet, HDMI, CEC, a universal remote, and an edit. What I did like about the LG, for example, I have the Nakamichi surround sound setup. So I have an Apple TV and both a Shield plugged into 2 of the 3 HDMI ends. The Apple TV is in HDMI 3 and the Shield is in HDMI 4. On the LG, on the HDMI 2, because that was the eARC, and eARC on this particular television is HDMI 3. It will show all the sources that you have connected directly into your soundbar, your AVR, things like that. On a Samsung, it's not visible right off the back. It just have external device with Nakamichi. And then from there, I guess, well, whatever source is active is going to automatically switch to that. So that's why after this video, I'm going to be getting in contact with Sofa Baton so I can see if they can add the IR-based code for this television so that I can get that automation back and I don't have to hassle around with multiple remotes. So that's all. Let me just go. A lot of this stuff I'm not going to use. I just need my sources to show. So it shows my gaming consoles. This is definitely the best gaming TV according to our teams and best for the value. And it's definitely hitting the reviews and the websites. So I'm going to go to home and I'm going to go to settings. So this is multi-view. You can add like multiple screens. I set the sound output. I'm using a surround sound system, so that's Nakamichi. My picture mode, I've been messing around with different presets. I'm using movie with some custom selections, but of course, once I watch the panel for a week or so, then I'll be able to dial in and hopefully share that to y'all on the channel. Then add Bluetooth, picture setup. I already did that. Go to all settings and go to sound. There's my Nakamichi. I'm connected through eARC. So I go to expert settings. I have eARC mode on auto. Then I have pass through. And sound feedback medium, when I'm using the menu selection on the operating system natively. There's my device name that I have to ask Sofa Baton to add in their database. So there's that. And I'll be diving deeper in as the content goes along with the Series X, the PlayStation 5, some settings, getting that situated as I experiment. Let's see. Let's go to panel care. Yeah, this is what I wanted. So similar to how the LG had it on the WOLED panels, they had pixel shift, pixel refresh, and adjust logo brightness. So I'm a year into the OLED panels, but this is my first QD-OLED panel. I turned pixel shift completely off, and I turned adjust logo brightness off. I mix up my content to the point to where I don't think this is going to be necessary. Plus, I have a warranty. I play a variety of genre of games. I watch sports, pay-per-views, watch different movies, TV shows. I don't really think this is going to be an issue. Now, if I only play one video game 24/7 for a year, or if I had CNN running 24/7 or ESPN, I could see how someone would want this on, but I don't watch my content like that. And I don't think a lot of people watch their content like that. So that's going to be off. I got a warranty, so I just want this to be a monitor. Now, this is the current software update. I have this offline. So if I go here, auto update is turned off. This unit is offline completely. As you can see, when I go to update now, it says connection failed to connect, because that was the intention. So the firmware version that comes with this is 12.22. Now, maybe I have to do some deep diving into the Samsung forums, check out AVS or even Reddit, but this is what it comes with out of the box. No internet, no update, no nothing. I just want an Apple TV, a Shield plugged into this, and I'm going to run the internet through those devices. I'm just not going to fall into the trap or to the bait. Now, the only way I will update the firmware before I execute my warranty, if necessary, is if there's something going wrong with the television that I just don't like. and maybe a firmware update can fix that. Samsung has been notorious for bad firmware updates that has messed up televisions and, ruined some happiness on some folks. So just trying to avoid that here. This is a high quality panel, and I just wanted to work out of the box without, little to no issues. No panel is going to be perfect in this case. So, this is just the settings. They're pretty straightforward. Not going to do a deep dive into them in this particular video. This is just more of an introduction, giving you some talking points, giving you some things to think about, where my head at, where I'm going with it, things like that. Power energy saving, yeah, I have that off. And, this shows the available remote battery percentage. So, and that's about it. Let me go back to the home here. I do like how it set up my icons in a row, which is pretty cool. I do want to try the streaming devices plugged directly into the Nakamichi versus plugged directly into the television as well. I think that would be like a pretty cool video idea that I'll just jot down for myself, and I'll make that in near future. But basically, how I'm using this television, I'm just using it strictly as a display, not hooking it up to the internet, and I'm just showcasing devices, and I'm going to be using those external devices that's plugged into this unit directly or through the Nakamichi to, have fun, and that'll be my home theater setup. All right. So if you have any questions down in the comments, please let me know. Any concerns, anything that you may want to see, check the description if you want to get in contact with me. If you want to have a consultation or a one-on-one setup when it comes to getting started with your media server and just having fun with your devices, I'm definitely one of the guys for you in that regard. Until next time, peace out. Thank you for watching, and take care.